channel, welcome back to a new video. I'm sorry this video is late this week, but yeah. Anyway, so today, just up front, I'm gonna let y'all know this is gonna be a big spoiler video, because I'm gonna talk about like some books that are coming out next year that I'm really excited about, and there's a lot of them. I couldn't fit them all in this video, so I'm just gonna talk about some of them, and by some I mean 12. So I'm going to talk to you about some books coming out next year that I'm like on the edge of my seat, ready for, should have been out this year or the year before. Some of these books are supposed to come out like a couple years ago, I think, or maybe last year, and haven't come out yet. So yeah, we're going to get into it. Like I said, a lot of spoilers. If you have not read some of these series, then you might want to either skip through it. I might touch on some stuff that happened in the previous books. I'm going to go through a little bit of the summaries, or what I have found of like summaries for some of these books. Because some of them I couldn't find full summaries. I just know what who the characters are, or like the general premise of the book. Like, I don't know the whole thing. By the way, y'all like my bow? I wasn't so sure about it, but I mean, you know, 'tis the season to wear a bow. All right, let's get into the first book. So the first book coming out next year is Oathbound by Tracy Deonn. Oathbound is supposed to release on March 4th, 2025. This is the third book in the Legendborn cycle after Legendborn and Bloodmarked. And when I tell y'all that I am so ready for this book, usually I need to do like a complete reread of the entire series before a new book come out. I don't even need to. It's all up here. After I finished Bloodmarked, I couldn't read anything for like 2 weeks. And that's the longest period of time that a book has had me like stuck. Because, oh my God, there was so much going on in Legendborn, and then Bloodmarked came along and it was like 10,000 times crazier than Legendborn. And Tracy Deonn is like one of my top like favorite authors off of just that one book that she wrote, or those 2 books that she wrote. So shout out to Tracy Deonn. I cannot wait to read Oathbound. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go through a little snippet of a summary for y'all really quick, just so you can see like where we are in the story and what's going on with Bree and all the other characters that we love from this story. If y'all see me looking down, I have my laptop. I have a lot of the summaries put up on my laptop, so I'm gonna be looking down here to read some of them. Okay, let's see. Severed from the Legendborn, oathbound to a monster. This is the point in time where if you just wanted to hear when the book was coming out, you heard it. I'm going to spoil some stuff now, so you can move on to the next book if you want. So, oathbound to a monster. At the end of Legendborn, King Arthur like binds himself to her, and we found out that King Arthur is like a menace. He's like real crazy and evil, and oh my gosh. So let's see. Bree Matthews is alone. She exiled herself from the Legendborn order, cut her ancestral connections, and turned away from the friends who can't understand the impossible cost of her power. Her powers are like, wow. She has like, not only does she have Legendborn powers, but she also has ancestral powers from the African American side of her family. I believe that's correct. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, if you are out there and you remember it more vividly. But from what I can remember, and I think my memory of Bloodmarked is pretty decent, that's what's going on. She has like 2 different kinds of powers. Let's see. She made an unbreakable bargain with the Shadow King himself, a shapeshifter who can move between humanity, the demon underworld, and the Legendborn secret society. In exchange for training to wield her abilities, she put her future in the Shadow King's hands and bound herself to do his bidding. Let's see. Other Scions must face a war with their round table fractured, leaderless, and they're missing Selwyn. Their King's Mage is just gone. He found out some stuff at the end of the second book. He just ran off. We found Nick, because Nick was missing for most of the book. They had to find him in Bloodmarked. They did find him, but he's being detained by all the other Merlins. He invokes an ancient law that requires a High Council of Regents to convene at the Northern Keep and grant him an audience. No one knows what he's gonna ask for or what kind of secrets he got going on. So there's a lot going on in this next book, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited. When I first read Legendborn, I was just like, this is the best thing I've ever read in my life. It's the best mix of like black girl fantasy magic with like the lore and mythology of King Arthur. It's great. I can't wait to see where it goes. So yeah, Oathbound by Tracy Dion is releasing on March 4th, 2025. Be on the lookout for that. I already pre-ordered my copy on Amazon, so be on the lookout for that book coming out in March. The next book coming out next year is the one that's coming out first in the beginning of the year. That's the first one for me that I'm concerned about, and that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. That is releasing on January 21st, 2025. This is the third book in the Fourth Wing series. What is the name of the Fourth Wing series? It's something, some kind of weird word that I can't pronounce. It's like the name of the Dragon Council, I think, is the title of the series. Anyway, so yeah, Oathbound is the third book in the series behind Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. I almost forgot what it was called. And if you haven't read those stories, then we follow Violet as she goes through Basgiath War College to become a dragon rider. She originally wanted to work as a scribe, but her mother pushed her into becoming a dragon rider, which she completely excels at and ends up getting 2 dragons instead of 1, including the strongest dragon who has not bonded with a human in like centuries, or maybe a century, I believe. So in the first book, we watch her go through the trials to become a dragon rider. Then in the second book, we watch as like she split off from the college because she learns there's been a whole lot of like lies and secrets and things going on and rebellions that she was completely unaware of. And at the end of Iron Flame, we had the craziest cliffhanger with Xaden. Oh my gosh. So I've been waiting for Onyx Storm for a while. I'm sure anybody who's read Iron Flame has been waiting for Onyx Storm. It's very, very, very highly anticipated. I've been thinking about going to the midnight release at my Barnes & Noble out here, but we will see. I told y'all know I work nights, so I'll probably be at work that day. But if I gotta stay home to go to this midnight release, then I will. I have not pre-ordered this one, but I might go to the midnight release. So let me pull up a little summary for y'all for Onyx Storm. Again, this is your chance. This is your notification to move on if you don't want to hear anything that's going on, even though I kind of already spoiled some stuff. Okay, so the name of this series is The Empyrean. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Empyrean. Empyrean. This is the Empyrean number 3. So what I'm gathered here, I couldn't really find a like really great synopsis, which is fine. But so it says that after 18 months at Basgiath War College, Violet knows there are no more time for lessons, but more time for uncertainty. Their wards are starting to fail around their college. And she has to go, it says she has to go beyond these wars to seek allies from unfamiliar lands to stand with Nevere against these monsters that are invading them. It says they need an army, they need power, they need magic, and they need the one thing only Violet can find: the truth. So that's not giving you too much, which is fine. I'm not really tripping off of that. I mean, I don't want you to give me too much information, but yeah, so this is the third book coming out January 25th by Rebecca Yarros. So be on the lookout for that as well. Next book is Carving Shadows into Gold by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the second book following Forging Silver into Stars. I'm not sure if this has the like series name or not. But this comes out, I believe, January 28th of next year, 2025. And I've talked to y'all about Forging Silver into Stars. It's a really, really good book. It follows the king's courier named Tycho. He's going into this village trying to get information about a rebellion, and he ends up falling for a blacksmith. And the blacksmith has a best friend who is very leery of magic, and it's just a lot going on, but it's a really good book. So what I'm reading here, it says that Tycho made a treacherous bargain, and now he's beholden to the magical Scraver who saved King Gray's life. One false move could end everything. Jax, who is the blacksmith I was talking about, he escaped his life in the village, Briarlock, and traveled with Tycho to Emberfall. Life outside his small village brings unexpected challenges. And then we have Kaylin. After years of hating magic and the royal family, Never expected to be at the queen's side with magic at her fingertips, but at royal court she can't trust anyone, including the man she thought she loved, which I think is like another it's like somebody who, it's either a guy who's on a rebellion or a guy who works for the royal family. I can't remember which one, but yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. I might have to go back and reread Forging Silver in the Stars just to give myself a refresher on this, because it was like 2.5 years ago when I first read this book. It's been a while, so it's not like super fresh in my mind like some other ones are. Some books just stay with you. I mean, I just remember that this was a really good book and I enjoyed it. So yes, that comes out January 28th, 2025. Carving Shadows into Gold. And make sure you also pick up Forging Silver into Stars. Is the good thing about this is it's only one other book, as opposed to the last two books I talked about where there are two other books that you have to get through. Two other like thick books you got to get through before you get to the third one. So reading the one before this shouldn't take too much of your time. But yeah, I would recommend this, reading that one definitely before this comes out. The next book that is coming out next year that I'm really, really excited about, that I've been waiting for a long, long time, is War Widow. This is the sequel to Blood Scion, part of Blood Scion series by Deborah Falaye. This book, I believe, was supposed to come out, I want to say it was like the beginning of 2023. I think this book was supposed to come out, and it's not coming out until September 2nd of 2025. I'm not sure what was happening. I have been like constantly looking into what's been going on, why there was a delay, or maybe I don't know. That's Miss Falaye's business, I guess. But I've been waiting for this book to come out for over a year, almost 2 years. So by the time it does come out, it'll be 3 years since I've read Blood Scion. And so I'm definitely gonna have to reread Blood Scion. I could not find any summary information on this book. Not really anything. Like, I looked for a while and there was nothing at all. Let me see. Yeah, so there's nothing on this book. I mean, I think I've talked about Blood Scion before, but just to refresh your memory, it's about Sloane, and she is a scion, which is she has ancestral magic, and that is punishable by death. And she ends up getting conscripted into the army. When you're 15, you get conscripted into the army, and she's in there trying to unlock some secrets, trying to figure out what happened to her mother, because her mother went missing or was kidnapped. They view her as a monster, and she's like, well, if y'all see me as a monster, then that's what I'm going to be. Like, if that's what you want to keep perceiving me as, you want to keep throwing that out there, that that's what I am, then fine, I'll make it the truth. Why not? So, I'm very anxious to see what happens in the next story. I don't want to see, I don't want to spoil it too much, especially since I don't have like a summary for the second book. So for this one, I'm probably not going to spoil the ending of the first book. But it's another one where you only have one other book that you need to read before the second one comes out. So you got plenty of time. This one doesn't come out until September. So you have basically the whole year to put Blood Scion on your TBR for one of those months, so you can get ready for War Widow in September. Next book on the list is The Nightshade God by Hannah Witten. This is the third book in the Nightshade Crown series, behind The Foxglove King and The Hemlock Queen, which were such surprisingly good books to me, considering other books I've read by Hannah Witten. But this series is so good, especially The Hemlock Queen. It was perfect. I loved it. The Nightshade God is supposed to come out in July. I don't have a specific date. The date was pushed back, I believe, from March or April, maybe, something like that. I think it was supposed to come out in March and it was pushed back to July. So the book's supposed to come out at some point in July. The books follow Lore, and she ends up in the world of the royal court of her land, and Hemlock Queen, the whole time she was trying to keep Bastion from, spoilers are coming, sorry, I keep forgetting to say that. She's trying to keep Bastion from succumbing to this ancient god who's trying to possess him, and it doesn't work. She fails along with her other friends, and so now in this book, from what I'm reading, she's gonna have to so it says she was that's right, she was banished to the Burnt Isles because she's also being not possessed, I guess. She's not, her possession isn't as bad as Bastion, but she's also being possessed by a different god. And she was banished, and she has to she's banished to the prison colony. She has to survive that, find out how to get back, deal with the power coming up from the catacombs, and save Bastion from what is going on. I think this is the last one. Yeah, final installment in this fantasy series. I'm very excited to see how this is going to end. Oh, look, there's a date right here. Okay, on here it says July 15th. Okay, July 15th, 2025. That is the exact date that this is supposed to come out. And yeah, I'm just always so shocked by how much I like this series, and I was not gonna read it like at all. I was like, oh, Hannah Witten, no. But I'm very glad that I read it. This is another one that has 2 books ahead of time, but after this 3rd book, this is it. I don't think there's no other books. This is the final installment. There are no other books coming out. So, you know, you can get through these 2 books before July. I mean, especially if you read them on your Kindle. I read the first one. I read both of them on my Kindle, I believe. And it goes by like that. They're big books, but if you read on your Kindle, it doesn't really matter because all the books are as big as your Kindle. Y'all know what I'm saying. So be on the lookout for Nightshade God. It comes out July 15th next year. Alright, I have 2 books coming out next year by the same author, N.E. Davenport, who wrote The Blood Trials, which is a great book. If you have not read The Blood Trials and The Blood Gift by N.E. Davenport, please go pick that up. It's a great duology. So she has a book coming out, I believe 1 YA book, 1 adult book. So the YA book is called Love Spells Trouble, again by N.E. Davenport. This is like a fake dating rom-com magic fantasy kind of book. So it comes out on July 8th of 2025. It is about Kaden, and she gets caught up in a fake dating scheme when her family's bakery is in trouble. And it says that she is going on a date with this guy named Kai, and her father's bakery ends up getting an influx of new customers, blah, 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 because Kai apparently is like really, really popular. And yeah, this is a 2-star fake dating to save her family's business, even though she's doing it for her family. She knows she's betraying them. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, this is basically like a YA romance with like some witch magic thrown in there. It sounds pretty good. I like N.E. Davenport's writing a lot, so I'm really excited to read this. I don't think she has a YA book out. I believe that The Blood Trials and The Blood Gift are those are definitely adult books. There's some adult content in those books, not safe for children. But yeah, so that's the first book coming out by N.E. Davenport. The next book coming out by N.E. Davenport is Our Vicious Oaths, and let me pull that up so I can give y'all the information on that real quick. Okay. Our Vicious Oaths by N.E. Davenport comes out in the fall of 2025, probably around like September, October time. And I believe this book is Fae centered. Another Fae book. They just keep showing up. They keep landing in my lap. I'm not seeking out Fae books. Y'all know that. But books that I'm interested in by authors that I'm interested in, they just keep ended up being Fae books. I don't know what's going on. All right, so here's a little snippet that I got from Miss Davenport's Instagram. A Fae warrior princess who bleeds to protect her kingdom, a vengeful Fae king hell-bent on shattering her kingdom, the realm-shattering prophecy that haunts them both, the vicious oaths they're bound to, the powerful allure between them. Get swept away in savage court politics, unbreakable Fae oaths, powerful magic, staggering prophecies, and smoldering spice in Our Vicious Oaths. Available fall of 2025. So, yeah, more Fae books. I'm not really mad at it. Because I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll be great. I think I said it before. I think I'm just had a bad experience my first time out. Oh, what fell? Oh, Catwoman fell. Oh no! Don't fall, Selena. There you go. I just think my first toe dip into Fae world was just not the best that it could have been. So it's forever tainted a little bit. But there's gonna be something that's gonna pull me out of it and make me say, all right, this is fine, this is cool, I'm good with it, it's no problem. So yes, those two Annie Davenport books, Love Spells Trouble and Our Vicious Oaths, both come out next week. I was about to say next week. Oh, they both come out next year. One in September and one in July. So keep an eye out for those. This one might surprise y'all a little bit that I'm looking forward to it. But the next book that I'm actually looking forward to coming out next year is I Accidentally Hooked Up with a Vampire by Jessica Cage. She's the same author who wrote I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend that I read in October. And this vampire one comes out on March 3rd of next year. And I'm actually really excited about it. The more I think about I Accidentally Summoned a Demon Boyfriend, the more I'm like, outside of that like beginning, that first chapter, I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was funny. I thought it was cute. I liked the characters. I liked the premise. It wasn't as like shallow, I guess is the best word I could think of, as I thought it would be. It was a little bit more depth to the characters and the story than I thought going into it at first. So it was really good. So I'm really excited to see what she does with these vampires. A lot of like black vampire stories going around, coming out. So I'm here for all of that. Little summary. Main character's name is Whitney Hare. She's an art broker who accidentally hooks up with Domino, a vampire who is gorgeous but also dramatic and troublemaking. She finds herself in a world where Domino's vampire associates are interested in her because she's special. Whitney must figure out how to survive this new reality, save her neck, and turn the tables on fate. So it's given like similar vibes to the first one, where it's like she ends up in the world and all the other demons are trying to come after her because she's special to him. Similar kind of thing. Oh, here's some more information. She loses her job as an art broker, drowning her sorrows with too many cocktails. Her night takes a turn when she accidentally hooks up with Domino, drop that gorgeous vampire, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah. So this is coming out on March 3rd of next year. There's a lot of good books coming out in March. Oathbound's coming out in March. This is coming out in March. March is my birthday month, so I'm really excited for all the books that are going to be coming out for my birthday. It's gonna be I'm gonna have a nice reading month for my birthday for sure. And I can 100% guarantee you that we will be reading Oathbound for our book club in March next year. So if you are if you want to read it with somebody, if you are one of those people who Legendborn and Bloodmarked broke you down and you just want to have somebody to talk through everything with, come on to the book club, because we're definitely gonna be reading this book for March. I mean, reading Oathbound, not this book. We're definitely reading Oathbound for March. But yeah, March is going to be a good month. So I Accidentally Hooked with Vampire by Jessica Cage, March 3rd. The next book I'm really, really excited about is I, Medusa by Ayana Gray. This is coming out in the fall of 2025. This is, as you can guess, it's about Medusa. Ayana Gray wrote the Beasts of Prey series, which I love to an extent. We're not gonna talk about that last book. But Ayana Gray is a great writer. The way she did her descriptive writing is like fantastic, amazing. Those books were like, especially the first Beast of Prey book, Beast of Prey, it was so like creepy. Like I'm reading it and I can feel my skin crawling. Like that might turn some people like off of reading books, but I'm like, okay, if I can like, if it's this good, then I definitely want to read it. So I have a couple of summaries here. I have the Publishers Marketplace Deal Report summary, and then I have what was posted by Ayana Gray on her Instagram. So I'm going to read that one. So Beast of Prey is YA. This is adult. So I'm like, when authors who started out in YA go to adult, I get real anxious to see like what they gonna get into, like how their writing is different between the two genres. So I'm really excited to read this. Says it's a mythic, vicious villain origin story. The tale of a girl and the monster she became. Okay, so this isn't as much of a summary as it is like Ayana Gray basically explaining why she wanted to write this book. But she says, A note, this is an adult book, as in rated R, with content some may find difficult. All right, let's see here. Let's go to this and see what it says. Epic villain origin story and powerful reimagining of Medusa, a young black woman caught in a crossfire of cruel games played by Olympian gods, and her transformation from victim to vigilante. Okay, it says this is a 2-book deal, so this is probably going to be a duology, which is really, really exciting. I like anything with like Olympian gods, all of that kind of stuff is like really, really cool to me. So I'm on top of that, on top of Ayana Gray, on top of wanting to see a Black Medusa story. I was looking through my phone because I knew I had like screenshots of this information, and I typed in Medusa, and I have all of these pictures, AI pictures that I saved of Medusa, and in my mind I was like, a Medusa fantasy, somehow a Medusa story would be great, and then here it is. So I'm so excited to read this. Again, this comes out in fall. I don't have an exact date. I just know it's fall of 2025. If I do find out an exact date, I will get back to y'all and let y'all know, of course. But as of right now, we're just going to be keeping an eye out for I, Medusa in the fall. The next book is one that a lot of people, including me, have been waiting for, and that is Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. This is a contemporary romance novel that is part of the, come on, the name of the series. Come on. Oh, come on. What's going on? Oh, I should know this. Hold on, because it's gonna drive me crazy. Hold on. Okay, it's called the Skyland series. I don't know why I couldn't get that to come to my mind. So the first book is Before I Let Go, which I'm sure everybody knows about, has heard about, and if you have not heard about Before I Let Go, I highly recommend it. There are some trigger warnings, of course. I think they're in the beginning of the book, but it's a very, very good book. If you gonna get a good cry out of it for sure. So Before I Let Go, I believe it's Yasmin. We follow her in that one. The second book is This Could Be Us, which follows Soledad as she like gets divorced from her ain't shit husband and finds her own independence, and you know, to support her children, also finds love again. And then this last book is about Hendrix, and Hendrix is like the very outspoken, outgoing member of their friend group, and I'm just very excited to see her journey, her love story, whatever Kennedy Ryan has in store for Hendrix. I'm just very excited. I don't have a full summary on it, and that's completely fine, but we do know who the main character is. So that is coming out on May 13th. It's coming out on May 13th. So keep an eye out. It's great. Right around Mother's Day. If you're a mom, go out, get the book, treat yourself. Get it for your mom. Y'all can read it together. Something like that. But yeah, Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan is coming out on May 13th. So excited. The next book coming out is another book by one of my faves, Lauren Blackwood. This is called Fair and Sinister Heart. It is a Snow White retelling, reimagining, Snow White inspired story. Lauren Blackwood is a very, 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 very talented author. Within These Wicked Walls, Wild Blood, Dangerous Ones, which is about vampires. All of her books are really great. I haven't read Dangerous Ones yet, but I've heard good things. The reviews are great, so I'm sure it's just as good as all her other books. But this one, let's read a little summary. Fair and Sinister Heart comes out March 25th. So another book for March for me, for my birthday. We're gonna have a good birthday month. We have a good birthday month next year. Also, there's some other stuff going on, maybe, possibly, but yeah, it's gonna be a good month. It's gonna be a good month. So let's see. This is an original novel that is a Snow White reimagining. 18-year-old Snow White is taking a bite of an apple. Next, she blinks and finds herself in an enchanted and dangerous dream world. As it turns out, the queen's poison did more than place her in eternal sleep. It sent her subconscious to the land of Diamant, a world crafted from gems and home to the queen's most sinister creations. After meeting some of the others that were cursed, she realizes that the only way to save people trapped in this land and in her kingdom is to embark on a quest to find the mythical ruby heart. Snow White and her friends must work together as they face deadly trials This sounds really, it just sounds really interesting. The cover is really, really beautiful. The last Disney princess retelling that I read that was like a blatant in your face retelling was Cinderella is Dead, and it wasn't my favorite. I think I gave it like 3 or 3.5 stars. It was just okay. Like it was a little corny to me in some spots, but I have really, really high hopes for this book. Because Lauren, I mean, the other author, she's a great author. I mean, she wrote This Poison Heart. But I love Lauren Blackwood a little bit more. Sorry. So I'm hoping that Lauren Blackwood is going to do justice to this story. It sounds great. It sounds interesting. It sounds different. So yeah, this is coming out March 25th of next year. So yeah, keep that on your calendar. And the last book I have on my list of books that I'm excited to read next year is Bones at the Crossroads by Ladarian Williams. This is the sequel to Blood at the Root. This book will be coming out on July 29th, 2025. So you have plenty of time to read Blood at the Root. I just finished it in November last month, and it was really, really good. I loved every second of it. So here's where we're gonna have some serious spoilers right here. So you can go ahead and click to the outro if you want to, because I'm going to spoil the first book a little bit. So, at the end of Blood at the Root, we found out that, what is his name? I'm blanking. Oh, Lord. Come on now. Come on now. What is his name? Drawing a blank. Anyway. We found out that, our main character, whose name I cannot believe is escaping me like this right now. We find out that his mother actually is alive, and she's into some real dark stuff. She shows up and she's on all kinds of like bull. Like, not even happy to see her son, really. Just like, I need you to tell me where this, I believe it's a book or a scroll. I think it's a scroll. And she's like, I need you to tell me where this is because I know your grandmother told you. And then she just leaves with all the like evil people. And so in Bones at the Crossroads, I believe we're going to go back to Cayman University. Okay, back to the U. And we got to find out some more secrets. There's all kinds of like reveals that happened at the end of the first book that we need more information. Like, we need to know what's going on. I need to know if Homegirl really got expelled, because we ain't see her get like officially expelled and like shoot off campus. Good, because she deserved it. But what it has here is be prepared for family secrets, new enemies, some new friends with the side eye. So I don't know if that means that our main character gonna find a new girl or what's gonna happen. Also says secret ancient societies, block parties, concerts, more magic and time travel, and some deadly homecoming drama that will forever change Cayman University. Stomp the Yard meets the originals with a little bit of Queen Sugar vibes. I haven't watched Queen Sugar in a while. I started watching it a long time ago, but never finished it. But I do remember really liking Queen Sugar. But I'm really excited about this book. Blood at the Root was so good. It was such a cool concept. It was like Harry Potter, but for us, you know. So, yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with our main character, whose name is still escaping me. And how he's gonna deal with this reveal with his mom, the loss of his grandmother, the loss of the girl that he loves because she betrayed him, all kinds of stuff going on. So look out for Bones at the Crossroads, sequel to Blood at the Root by Ladarian Williams, that comes out July 29th, 2025. Alright, well, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if there's a book coming out next year that you're really, really excited about that I didn't talk about, or maybe one of the ones here that you saw you are excited about. Maybe you want to do a buddy read with me, like on Storygraph or something, and we can do that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on your notifications so you know when I upload, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!